So we've just got off the train and it was a really good tour of the city, and coming back into the square the guy decides to crash the train into... We're settling on... Oh no, we're settling on 73. So for all you Bailey owners out there, do you have the same problem as us? Leave us a comment below if you do. Hang on, I rest my case because behind me is a boulangerie. 1 second.
Isn't he just magnificent? So welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Ypres. So this is the Menin Gate, and a century ago the road below led straight to the front. From here thousands of soldiers marched out towards the Ypres salient, many never to return. The memorial was unveiled in 1927 and it bears the names of over 54,000 soldiers of the British Empire who were killed here during the First World War and have no known grave. Rank after rank and name after name, these aren't numbers, they're lives, many lost without a burial or a goodbye. The words were written by Rudyard Kipling, whose own son died in the war, honouring those denied a known and honoured grave. Now every evening at 8 o'clock everything stops, the traffic halts and the crowds gathers, and below the arch the last post is played. It's a tradition carried out almost every night since 1928. This isn't a monument to victory, it's a place of remembrance. Truly, it's an amazing and emotional place to visit. Ypres is a beautiful town, and seeing it lit up with Christmas lights makes it even more special. But during the First World War, Ypres was almost completely destroyed by the fighting. And after the war, instead of walking away, the town was rebuilt. Look at this magnificent cloth hall behind me and the museum. Standing here today, surrounded by the light, the Christmas decorations, and the life, it's hard to imagine the devastation this place once faced.
Good morning people, and welcome to a chilly but lovely sunny day here in Ypres. It's Sunday morning and the bells are just going in the background. I don't know if you can hear them. It's always a nice sound when we come abroad. So we've vacated our pitch and we are just running through the checks, ready to get on the road. Mr. D is filling up with water at the moment behind us. We're emptying our waste into the appropriate place and we are ready to start heading south. We haven't got a clue which route we're going to take yet. We've got a few places we could stop at. We just haven't decided, and that is the beauty of being in a van. We can just drive, and when we're ready to stop, we'll stop. Check that blue sky behind. It's so nice. I'm not sure how long this weather will last though, we'll wait and see. But just filling up there. Mr. D's disappeared, that's our back box there with all the necessities. And let's go and see if we can find my other half. He's around here somewhere, having a look through the window.
Have a look through the window, keeping on the fill level.
Huh?
I'm keeping on the fill level as I fill up the water to the window.
Yeah, he's keeping an eye on the fill level because I'm busy filming and should be watching the fill level. Whoops, sorry. There's our fill tank. I don't know if anyone else has these problems with Baileys, but this is absolutely awful system because you fill it up, it will go right up there in a minute And as soon as I turn off the fuel tank, it goes down to something like 60%. So you never actually know how much water you've got unless you are lift out the main lid and have a look. So that is saying we have got 99. So in a minute it will say 100% and it will switch off. So I will then come down. Okay, it's saying 100%. Let's see. So Mr. D is now going to turn the water off and it says 100%, but who knows? Got no waste, which is good. 6 degrees out. Can you see that, guys? 6 degrees. It's a bit nippy, but it's a beautiful morning. Okay, and it's 19 degrees inside the van. And now you see, he's turned the water off and it's slowly going down, but it's not leaking out. So who knows how much water we got. It normally settles around 70. So we'll see. We might even be 75, 74. And we're settling on, oh no, we're settling on 73. So for all you Bailey owners out there, do you have the same problem as us? Leave us a comment below if you do. I think we're going to stick with 73. That would do us for now. Anyway, let's get on the road. And, gosh, I might need my sunglasses here. Oh, this is nice. So we'll see you wherever our next stop may be. So we've just made a quick pit stop, which has always been on our agenda. We are headed to Plitz Chateau Wood Cemetery for a very special reason. And this is the reason we are here, because I'm standing by the grave of my great uncle who was killed during the First World War. 9215, Sergeant Herbert George May of the Hampshire Regiment. Died the 9th of August 1916, aged 23. The graves are situated more or less around where they fell in a matter of minutes. And I'm sorry guys, because it's quite emotional me being here. Not just for my uncle, but for everyone in this cemetery who didn't stand a chance. So guys, if you're ever in this area of Belgium, please do give these cemeteries a visit and pay your respects. Now it's time for me to leave. We find Mr. D and head back to the van. Good afternoon, folks.
Good afternoon.
We've arrived at the city of Amiens, and we are parked up just up here in front of 2 other motorhomes that have parked there. It's a park up, not on Park for Night, not on Search for Sites, but because the ones on Search for Sites and Park for Night you can't get in. They've now got barriers on. So we are headed into the city to find some food.
Yes, we're going to eat out if we can. It's a Sunday, so everywhere's closed.
Yeah, it's a Sunday, so everywhere is closed on a Sunday in France, and we forgot about that when we were getting our supplies. Hang on, I rest my case because behind me is a boulangerie. 1 second. I lied. We've come to a boulangerie and we are going to buy some croissants for the morning. Look at these lovely cakes here. And purchases successful. Breakfast sorted. Wonderful. So we're heading up towards the cathedral,
Which we can see in the distance.
We can see in the distance. We're having a conversation about panna raisins. I don't know if you ever watched our vlog for last year when we were in Italy. We bought 2 panna raisins.
They're huge.
They were huge. Yeah, you wanted to go back and check that out because these ones are half the size, the ones we just bought.
But they'll do for breakfast tomorrow morning.
They will. So, yeah, we're heading up here. We haven't a clue where it's going to bring us. We're just walking in a straight line.
Straight line, heading towards. We can see the cathedral in the distance, so we're sort of heading towards the spire.
Yeah. And some food, hopefully.
Yes, yeah, so
That's something to eat. So
nice.
We'll see. In front of us up there is the cathedral, and it's actually called the Notre Dame Cathedral. So we walk up and have a look. Mr. Doyle's eyes just popped out of his head. Look what he's just found.
Oh, look at these.
Look, all the Christmas chocolates.
Lots of art here.
Works of art and also works of price by the looks of things.
I think I'll stick to Snickers and Mars.
A mini St Nicholas there, right in front. €4.50. Actually, that's not too bad for
maybe a couple of Snickers worth though.
Maybe a couple of Snickers worth. Look at this. Are you going in, Misty? Because no, well done you then. Let's go and look at this cathedral. So in front of us you see the magnificent Amiens Cathedral. It was built in the 13th century with construction starting in 1220, and it is the largest Gothic cathedral in France. The design focuses on height and light, and the ceiling inside rises to 42 metres. The west facade is covered in hundreds of stone statues which tell stories from the Bible and were created for people who could not read. And at the centre is a statue of Christ called the Beau Dieu, or Beautiful God. Inside, these tall columns and pointed arches support the ribbed stone vaults overhead, and light enters through those stained glass windows, softening the stone and filling the space with colour. On the floor is a medieval labyrinth, once walked by pilgrims as a spiritual journey. Now, this cathedral holds a relic believed to be the head of John the Baptist, making it an important pilgrimage site. But today it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is one of the finest examples of Gothic architecture in Europe. We were lucky to visit this cathedral when they had the magnificent light show on, which restores the original medieval colours across the cathedral. I must admit, we thought this cathedral was outstanding, but I'm sure there's going to be many more on our trips. After that beautiful cathedral, only one thing we could do was hop on that Dotto train for a trip around the city.
That's it, we're on the move. He's on the Dotto train.
And it's bouncing around. So we've just got off the train and it was a really good tour of the city, and coming back into the square the guy decides to crash the train into a bin. So we've had to all get off the train a little bit early. Oh dear, that poor driver, he's going to have some paperwork to fill out later. We finally found the Christmas market and we finally got our food. So we finished our day in the Kentucky. Mr. D has got loaded chips, loaded fries, and a burger. A burger. And I've got chicken tenders and fries and a Coke, and it's good to sit down. Right, let's enjoy. Are they nice? Yes, good morning. It was a relatively quiet park up until first thing this morning when the traffic started and the runners started. Not the prettiest of park ups, but it's okay. But it was cold. It got down to about 3 degrees in the night, but the good old diesel heater worked its treat, so we're happy. We're off to find a Lidl. Okay guys, that's it for now. Do we find the Lidl? Find out next week.